Hello everyone, GenmaTheSamurai here, and welcome back to this part of Metroid Prime! Alright guys, so last time we arrived here in the Chozo Ruins, and while we were here we got the Morph Ball missiles and Charge Beam back, and this part we're gonna see what else we can find here. So, it's been a little while since I actually recorded last. You guys are still getting some of those leftover Shining Force parts, but as for me, yeah, no, this is my first time recording in quite a while, and it feels pretty good. Either way, I'm excited to get into this. So, one thing I kind of started to bring up at the end of last part was kind of like a theory of mine, and I don't think I'm actually going to make necessarily a video on it yet, just because I don't think I have anything like concrete yet, and plus, I think it just would be fun as just a discussion point on this part. But yeah, so recently, Samus Returns came out, and it added a little bit of lore to the series, or at least it clarified on something that might have opened my eyes to a possible way that Samus' suit might work. So, this is kind of gamey to explain, but basically in that game, there were these portraits that showed the Chozo kind of like extracting energy from living organisms. And so, I kind of have a theory that a lot of the Chozo technology runs on, like, spirit energy. And, again, that's kind of proven to be a thing in the Metroid universe. Just like, you know, like, ghosts and spirits and stuff exist. So I don't think it's out of the question for, like, that. Okay, then. Yeah, so this is the Hive Mecha, as I'm going to scan it. Hold on. At least I think it is. Incinerator Drone. Hive Mecha was the other one, sorry. Anyways, so basically the way this boss is going to work, I could read that, but you'll kind of see in a second the gimmick of this guy. Okay. Hello, Hive. Yep. So, basically, he's going to bring out his own brand of custom war wasps. So yes, this is another type of war wasp that only shows up once in the game, so you want to make sure to scan it. At least, you know, if you want to get all the scans. Again, you don't need it for the, like, secret ending, but it's worth pointing out. Okay, did I scan the door already? Yep. So I have the locked doors now, so that's good. Come on, let me shoot that. Okay. So, sorry to hear lots of clicking. The GameCube controller is very, very, very clicky. I'm not really sure if there's like a good way to kind of like block that out, but either way, I'm fine with it. So kill that. Oh frick. Where the frick? How the frick? Oh, there you are. Okay. But another reason I kind of like came to that conclusion, and this is like the more gamey part of justifying my theory, is the fact that, like, you know, Samus does recharge her suit from like these balls of energy dropped by creatures. So, I don't know. I just think it makes sense to me, but yeah. Okay. So, let's go here and grab that. Morph Ball Bomb acquired! Alright guys, so with this, we'll be able to actually, well, walk right over here and try it out. Boom. Now, on one of my runs during stream, I actually forgot to grab this one. So I was running around for a really long time, like, where the frick is that last missile expansion? And then I found out, like, oh, okay, it was here, and I felt stupid. Yeah, let's go over here. So, I mean, this is definitely not my first venue into playing this game on the channel, I realize. This will hopefully be the last time, unless like I want to showcase like an HD collection or something, which I really think Nintendo should do at some point. Just because currently the only collection we have is the Wii version, which is fine, but I don't know. Right now, there's the matter of it not being on Switch, and with the Prime 4 coming out, I think it would be pretty important to have one. I need to scan one of those. I shouldn't have just hopped in that. So it's kind of weird. Hello, puzzle. Yeah, what's kind of weird is that a lot of objects that like you can interact with are like important to scan for like 100%, But the thing is, they only let you, like, scan them and register them once you have the item that allows you to interact with it, which is really, really weird. Like, you'll see a bunch of hanging points all throughout the game, and I'm sure you guys will know exactly what it's for, but you can't do anything with it, so you can't put it into your logbook until after you've gotten the appropriate item. Like I said, it's a little dumb, but what can you do? So let's go over here. Okay. But yeah, as a whole, I mean, I just still have fun with this game. You know, what's funny though is that, like, progression just goes by so fast for me in this game. Like, in general, like, okay, I'm burning through a whole lot of this game in, like, 22-minute increments, as you know. But here's kind of the thing about that is that it does not feel like 22 minutes. It feels more like 5 minutes when I do it. Where's the frickin' door? I just came from... There it is. Okay. But yeah, it feels like 5 minutes. So whenever I hit that, like, deadline, I'm like, oh, really? Okay. Interesting. So we'll see how far I get this time. I think I'm making pretty darn good time. Now, one thing about this area... I don't know. I think a lot of areas in this game are very fun to explore. They have these nice visuals that help set them apart. I think, like, the only place... Well, okay. This place later on becomes not fun to explore. You'll kind of find out why later on, but right now, I'm having fun times, but yeah. There are some problems, I would say, with this game. Like, I do think, in hindsight, some boss fights could be better. You'll kind of see later. But I think that, as a whole, this game did a really amazing job of translating what made Super Metroid great in, 3D. I really like it. But either way, let's go over here. And, alright, let's head back out. So, hopefully I don't miss anything important. If I do, I guess you guys can let me know. Either way, I'm just double checking. I don't know what things I have or have not scanned to a degree, just because, like, it has been a week since I recorded last, which isn't long, but when you played this game as many times as I have, you can sometimes have different playthroughs kind of blend in with each other, so you'll be like, oh, I got this, right? And then, no, you didn't get this, you're just thinking of a different playthrough. Could you not, please? Okay, alright, anyway, whatever. Got me here faster. Alright. So, the gimmick of this room is at the top, there's this door, but in order to open it, you need to scan 4 things. It's kind of like the charge beam room, except they're a little more, I don't know, they hid them a little more sneakily in this room than the other one. Gosh, I wish I had the double jump. So that, like, one power-up you can get really early on. If you, like, sequence break, makes this room kind of a joke, because then you can kind of skip the morph ball sections if you know what you're doing. I did not do that, so I have to actually do them, but they aren't that long, so whatever. Okay. Boom. So I got the poison, vine things. I forgot the name of them. I think they're Reaper Vines or something like that. Oh gosh, I think I forgot. Man. Okay, can I scan it from here? There we go. Oh, I can. Oh, sweet. Okay, where are you? I don't know why I wasn't locking on at first. Alright, cool. So now we can just go over here, lay a bomb, and then walk right on through. Well, not really roll through, but either way. I'm also very strongly considering, whenever I do manage to beat this game, going straight into Metroid Prime Hunters. But I don't want to do it, but I mean, at the same time, I think it'll, just to get out of the way, it'll be good to do. I'll save most of my thoughts on that game for when I do it, but yeah. I think one thing that I really do like about the Prime games as a whole, though, is that they're all really good. It's, well, in particular, the trilogy. Again, Hunters is a little more debatable. Hello, Flagra. I'm gonna really quickly scan your frickin' tail. I hate this stupid frickin' thing, I swear. Anyway. So, yeah, what I just did was I scanned Flagra's tail, which, by the way, yes, this is, of course, a missable scan. And if you don't get it, well, goodbye 100% scans. It's so freaking dumb, though, because you wouldn't think to scan the freaking tail. You'd think to scan the thing itself, but not the tail. So I don't know. Either way. Now, this boss is pretty easy. He can do a lot of damage on hard mode, which I am doing, but if you are being careful, it shouldn't be an issue. Either way, let's go in here, lay a bomb, boom. Man, this boss is pretty lit. Weed jokes. Anyways, enough about that. Okay, let me just, frickin'. Okay, what I hate about that move is that I'm not sure, like, what the dodge window is for it. Okay, let me just keep doing this. So something I found out, which is kind of neat, is that when locked onto enemies, if you like let go at a certain time, you can kind of do like a super dash sideways. It's what you need to do to get that one item early. But I realized like you can use it during like regular fights, which is kind of cool. The problem, of course, is that you're just gonna dash straight sideways. So the reason I'm not doing that in this fight's case is just because in order to properly do this fight, you need to strafe around. Because, yeah, you cannot actually kill this boss with, you know, your regular weaponry. You have to basically play this, like, sun game, if you know what I'm saying. So, okay. There we go. So, boom. Yeah, so this fight, like I said, it's pretty freaking easy. It's got a cool idea behind it, but it is nonetheless a very easy fight. Okay. Well, cool. Now, let's bomb that. And we have one more time of doing this, and he is done. Three, four. Anyway, okay. Let me, boom. Alright, so what's really annoying when he does that move is that he blocks off the pathway a little bit. Just covers it with like these vine things that hurt you if you touch them. So if I hurry along, I should be fine. There we go. Okay, where's the next thing? I don't even know. Okay, it's over there. Gotcha. Okay, let's go. Come on. And boom. Alright, well, there we go, guys. That was Flagra. Again, incredibly easy boss. Various suit is back, baby! Anyway, there we go. So now we can go through heated areas and not take damage. So that's going to be very useful. But either way, let's proceed this direction. So, I mean, here's the thing that is kind of cool about Flagra, in a sense, on the game design levels. It is a boss that would do a very good job of getting you used to the strafing mechanic, because that is the main thing you are going to be doing in, especially GameCube Prime. You're going to be doing that a little bit in the Wii one, but since you can kind of, like, aim around and stuff, it can make things a little bit easier in terms of, like, hitting those objects. But yeah, I mean, it's cool. I really like it. So, one thing I never really landed on was this thing. Yeah, oh, hello. I'm just gonna scan you real quick. Alright. So, this is something we're gonna have to worry about later. So, let's just go down for now. Boop. Ah, suck it up, Samus. Oh, hello, there's a lore there. New Chozo lore entry has been downloaded to your logbook. Chozo script translated. The world of living things feels strange to us. We who have existed so long on the edges of time and space. It is clear now that we Chozo can never return to our dimension, not while the great poison reaches ever further into the planet. It is so powerful, this creeping evil, that our wills are crumbling and our minds beginning to fail. And so, before it is too late, we now make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts, and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness in our ethereal states. Even when we are done, it may be too late. Yeah, oh, I also should mention, so the big plant monster that we killed, it basically, like, was poisoning the water supply of this area. So now that we've killed it, there's no more poison water to damage us. So that's going to be helpful. Yeah, I'm going to avoid blatantly telling you guys, you know, what's going on with all of these lore and stuff. And I want you guys to kind of figure it out for yourselves. Now, some of you guys may know. You probably either hung out with me before and seen me play this game. Or alternatively, you know, you guys just might not know. And like, you know, I don't want to spoil that. I want to let you guys figure that out. Leave some mystery for all of that stuff. So guys, please refrain from spoiling it in the comments if you can. I realize I'm a little late saying that now, but just not for me, but for like anyone who may be experiencing these games, you know, through this playthrough, you know. But either way, let's go here, do that, boom, and go there. Like, there's not a lot to spoil. Metroid plots are generally pretty freaking simple. This one's no different, but I just feel it's worth, like, noting anyway. Okay, so there we go. Cool. Now let's do that. Frick. Okay. Boom. Got it. Alright. Now that puzzle is definitely easier in the Wii version, since you can kind of like flip the Wii remote and do like a morph ball jump. But yeah, I have to do bomb jumps for everything in this version, so what can you do? Now you guys are probably wondering why I'm like going here and not going down the elevator. I just kind of want to pick up some items before we, you know, head down there. Figure this would be a good time to do it. So we're actually going to head back over to where I got the morph ball in the first place, right over here. And there should be a good item there. So, one thing I definitely want to try and avoid doing for this playthrough, wherever possible, is I'm not going to be actually employing jump cuts that much. Because I feel like some of the fun of a Metroid game is, you know, learning a layout of a place and being able to kind of, like, figure out where you're going. Don't worry, I know this game well enough that, like, I know most of the shortcuts, and in general, this world is pretty small. And I'll have things to kind of talk about in between that kind of stuff. But yeah, so, hope you guys are excited to get some popcorn, you know? Just relax and get on that ride. Alright, so, gosh. I also replayed Samus Returns while I was off, and it was very fun. I think, like, I kind of had some problems with it for a while, kind of like after I had played it. And I still think it kind of has some very specific issues. Like, I can never remember the level layout of that game. Every single time I pick it up, I'm always like, wait, where do I go? In a very different way than some other ones. Like, I just kind of get lost looking for those freaking Metroids all the time. But aside from that, though, I mean, the action, like the combat in Samus Returns was freaking amazing. I really hope they make more 2D Metroid games with, like, you know, that improve upon that action style, because I feel it was really fun. Anyways, I'm gonna hop in here. Boop. And we should be able to click that. Alright. Now, I think there's one more item in this area, but I'm gonna save it for later because I think I need I need another later ability to be able to collect another item that's in that same room. So, yeah, once I have that, I'll definitely go back there. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it be. Again, I know where basically everything is in this game, so it's just a matter of, like, figuring out my battle plan and which places I'm gonna go first, all that fun stuff. I think I'm gonna have fun doing that. But yeah, I think I've collected everything I want to grab, and we can go forward now. So let's go. But yeah, I think a lot of the fun of this game is just, you know, being able to, you know, do stuff at your own pace. Like, yeah, there's like a linear structure in terms of what items you need to get and that kind of stuff. But what's fun is that, you know, extra items and all that kind of stuff is all up to you. So different people are going to go about playing this game different ways, and I think it's very fun. It's not like Breath of the Wild or open world-esque, but it has its own little charm. It's kind of like somewhere in between those two gameplay styles. And I think that's why Metroidvanias work so well, because they can appeal to people who like more linear structure and like progression and feeling like they're getting stronger in a game, and people who, you know, like more open exploration and that kind of stuff. Like, Metroidvania kind of is like an in-between there, I feel, and it works really well. But here we are in Magmore Caverns, and yeah, this place is, it's a neat little place. I don't think I hear many people compliment it that much, but I like it. But I'll have more thoughts on that next time, because you know what's in here? A save point. So, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into this part of Metroid Prime, and I will see you guys in the next one where we explore Magmore Caverns. So, see you guys then. Bye!